So let me start off a serious topic, guys. Lectures have been going on for over 7 months. Rav is doing a great job. I'm sure we're all benefiting from it. And, it would be great if each and every one would be able to send in a $10 donation or sponsorship towards the shiurim.
Ephraim, can I say something?
Rav has a Venmo. Rav does have a Venmo account. If you need a credit card link, we could send you that as well.
Ephraim, also when you pay not 10 but 18, it's actually better. And I have proof of how many things have changed. So I definitely telling you guys, you gotta do it.
Wait, what's Rabbi's name on Venmo?
Rabbi Haimoff.
I'll send it to you. I'll send it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Are we ready?
Yes.
Are we ready?
Rabbi, we born ready, Rabbi.
Rabbi, всегда готов.
Okay.
We'll find out.
Я не понимаю по-русски, so it's okay.
A good one, Rabbi.
Okay.
Rabbi Chaim was said so well. Wow.
Yes.
First time I hear you speaking Russian.
Rabbi, Shalom Aleichem, Rabbi.
Aleichem Shalom.
Rabbi Mivina be Russian. Bivina.
Okay.
Koltiv, Rabbi, Atzlucha.
Atzlucha.
Koltiv, kol mini shias.
Koltiv. Okay. Yesterday we spoke about, you remember what we spoke about yesterday?
Yes, 3 major things.
The main thing was don't do to others what you hate done to you.
Very good. Very good.
Write it on the wall.
I brought few examples. And before we're going to start with tonight's topic, I want to add a few more things of what we learned yesterday. This general ruling of whatever you hate, that other people will do it to you, don't do it to other people. You have to be careful with this, and you have to open up your eyes. Not to use it in a wrong direction. Which means, many times, the nature of the parents and the children is different. Let's say, for example, the father is very independent, and the son is very much not independent. He's very needy, very dependent. So, Ima, very friendly, very outgoing, she likes to talk, and she's mamash, like boiling. And the daughter, Sleepy Joe. She's not friendly. She doesn't like to talk bichlal.
Introverted, Rabbi? Introverted? Right.
That's what she is. This is her nature. So, Ima now taking the verse to the opposite way. She says, what I love, I want my daughter to love also. Yesterday we said, what you don't like, don't do it. But how about if I like something and I want you to be like me? Can we do it? So she wants her daughter to be like her, and she's forcing her outside. She's forcing her to have friends. Is it okay?
No.
No.
It depends what she's doing and what extreme.
It's a character.
Is it, Rabbi, like men and women, like men like to be left alone, whereas opposed to women like to be talked to? Is that the same thing?
No. Again, don't you have kids, okay, they don't like to talk?
Yes.
They're quiet.
Yes.
They don't like it. Friends. There are kids like that. This is a nature. That's how she was born. Okay. Now, do you want to change it?
I guess a parent would want to change that, yes.
Why?
Because I guess they want to teach them social skills. They want them to be with friends. But then we're crushing the nature of the child by doing that.
Meaning, I'm having fun outside. How come you staying inside? Let's go. Meaning, she took the verse and now to the other side. What I love, I want you to love also. Can we use it?
No.
No.
Okay. Don't we saying that in Hebrew we're saying Ritzono shel Adam ukvodo. Whatever a person wants, this is, you have to respect it. You have to respect it. So I don't like to be outgoing. What's wrong with me?
It's just your character.
Ma?
It's just your character.
Okay, but don't change my character because this is my character. You will not be able to change
Can
my
you guys
character.
mute, please?
You're not going to be able to change my character.
Yes, but this skill, social skills, will help this girl in her life, in her work.
Why you have to decide for her? Do you like somebody to decide for you?
It was a point when my parents decided for me.
It was okay?
I didn't like it, but I didn't understand the importance of it. Now I understand it, and I say thank you to them.
Okay. But what about if you're going to find it on your own?
Yes, it will take longer time.
Okay.
Aren't parent wants the kid to be successful much faster than just wait
I'll tell
and
you
see?
where is the problem. We're circling around, and the problem is I cannot see my child doing the opposite things that I'm used to. So mainly we want to train him to be like us. What do you think a mother that used to be in Russia, teacher for mathematics, and her child, she's terrible in mathematica. You think the mother will keep quiet?
No, it was my case.
With a ruler.
No, not about the ruler, but my mom, I remember, was sitting with me and she was forcing me to learn it. She was not giving up on me.
Is it right?
No, we run away from it, Rabbi. They force you, you run away from it.
You came to this world to know mathematics. I don't know what for. She didn't come here for that. Why can't we accept it? No, I was a teacher, mathematics. Oh, you have to be like Ima. And they sit on you. What for? We cannot see our child the opposite of us. We can't take it. And this has to stop. Because then, if somebody will try to change you, you're not going to like it. What you don't like other people to do to you, don't do it to your children.
Kawad Hara,
One
can I say
second.
something? Sure.
One second. Now, here is another mistake. Many times I hear, when I was a child, my mother was like a Gestapo. I took care of the whole house. I had to clean the kitchen. I had to clean this, take care of my brothers, this and that. When I'll have my own kids, I will not going to do it. So they'll take the different extreme now. The kids will not do anything. Why? Because I suffered. I don't want you to suffer. So now we're going to one extreme, to the other extreme, and the mother don't see that she is mamash harming the child. Because she said, I didn't like what my parents did to me. I will not do it to you. Okay, but some responsibility you have to teach. Don't go to this extreme. Did you get what I'm saying?
Yes, Kudra.
Yes,
Yeah.
Rabbi.
Okay. What was the question?
Kawad Hara, I
Yes,
believe
yes,
that
yes.
very often we have a problem distinguishing between a deficit versus a nature. Meaning, if a child is missing something, is it really a deficit that we have to work on, or is it part of the nature of the child that we should let go?
Depends what it is.
Like, for instance, math. We feel like it's our job to teach them to do math, for example. Or it just is a fine line. It's a very fine line that we don't know where to stop.
So we have to stop. Without any line, we have to stop.
But what if the teacher complains?
What?
What if the teacher complains and she asks extra help, like, extra sit with the child and memorize, let's say, numbers? So what do you do in this? You tell them, I'm sorry, my child was not born for math?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
If they don't understand it and not belong in Chinuch Bichlal, she should not be a teacher. Should not be.
What if the kid is failing in math class?
I failed. Am I okay?
You're excellent, Rabbi.
No. In math, I was.
Yeah, but I'm sure you tried though, no? You can't just, because if you, like for instance, like in my son's case, they put him, like he had some difficulty with his Hebrew, and all of a sudden they just put him in a class that just learning to read Hebrew. And for me, it's insulted me. It's like, why are you teaching him Aleph Bet? He knows it already. He just a little bit, it's challenging for him a little bit. Just push him a little bit. Doesn't make sense just to start all over for him. Like the kids, I think they need some push, like more creative imagination, like some teach math in a fun way.
You see, I liked history. I liked nature, all this kind of thing. Math was, for me, too dry. no feelings, no clothes. I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
It teaches you logical thinking. It doesn't entertain you. It just teaches you.
I know how to time. I know how to make, a percentage, the geometry, algebra. I don't know. Who cares? Who cares?
Rabbi, in the modern world, everything is on the phone. If we need a calculator, it's on our phone. Everything is at the tip of our fingers. So I don't understand the pressure of schools and algebra and geometry. No one's going to be an architect.
Okay. Our job is whatever we don't like other people to do to us, to force us and to do things.
Rob, what if it's a midah? I just want to clarify. If it's a midah, character, we're supposed to help them refine it, right? If it's, say, an anger issue or not being neat. I'm not saying like just sloppy. Yes, isn't it something we should help them, like in a
we should help them, yes, for sure, yes. Meaning this comes through the role
modeling, right?
Yes. A lot of talking, a lot of understanding, but not embarrassing or calling names and so on. I don't have to tell you.
Right.
It doesn't help the situation. Not at all.
How about fear? I'm sorry, is that okay to ask? If a child is afraid, let's say even to go to his room in the daytime, shouldn't we encourage him as well? Just let him be?
It will go away.
Okay, because I typically encourage him, Hashem is with you, this and that, to work on that because, okay, that's good. All right.
Don't make a big deal out of it, Say, okay, I'll come with you. It will go away. Sometimes we and the parents making a big deal for everything. What are we saying? What are you afraid to go to your room, you chicken? Go to the room.
No, I just tell them Yetzer Hara does not want you to go. So, but if you're gonna beat Yetzer Hara and go, you're gonna receive a really amazing angel, right? So this sometimes actually helps them.
Okay. Sometimes yes, and sometimes okay. So, yeah. Not the end of the world. Okay, so whatever Igal said in one line, you have to know that. The rest of the Torah is only a perush, meaning to teach you what Igal said in one line. And we have to, there is learning, endless learning. And very big portion of chinuch, it lays in this line. Right there. We think, okay, whatever you don't like, don't do it to other people. It's very deep. You need a lot of greatness, humbleness, and consideration. And what's bothering us is the selfishness, we're subjective, and the bias that we are, okay? They don't let us do the proper thing in the chinuch. It's doable, it's possible. Now, tonight's topic is whom to blame. I'm going to bring few things for you to judge. And let's see what you're going to say, and then I'll say what I want to say. Here we go. A woman saying to her friends, I'm trying to restrain myself. These kids driving me to the walls. I'm trying my best to control myself. But sometimes you get into situations that I cannot control my emotions. And I'm automatically get into anger mood. I'm coming back to the same behavior that I saw in my parents' house. Even though I hated it. And I know that this is not the way. I can't help it. What are you going to say to such a lady? Did you hear it once?
Yes.
I said it once. I didn't hear it.
It sounds like
She didn't want to be
Sounds familiar,
Word
no?
for word.
very familiar.
Sounds familiar.
Rabbi,
Okay.
you know what I realized? Sometimes like you're running from something and like you still ending up doing something like your parents did. So it's a cycle. But then again, it's just life. I mean, you have to deal with them in some way.
Okay, but you know that this is not the way. So whom you blaming? You're blaming yourself and your parents' house. Okay? That's the blaming that we take. Okay. What's missing over here? Let's see how good you are.
Once you said that you are self-control, that whoever gets out of his nervous, he's to blame.
I will repeat again. You see, you have to learn how to listen. I'm teaching you now how to listen. Listen to every word that I'm saying. I'm trying to behave, to control myself. But sometimes I come to a situation that I'm not able to. And I get into automatic mood. It goes back to my parents' house, which I hated. And I know this is not the way. Analyze what I said, please.
Still have the past in her memory.
She's acting like her parents acted. That's how her parents reacted, and that's in her memory.
She hates
I think she says she's trying, excuse me. She's trying. I don't think she's really trying. I think she's not working on herself to figure out what's the solution.
She can't control it. She really hates it.
She needs to do it.
She has something that's triggering her.
I think it's the method she's using isn't working.
The commitment.
Is it? Is it wrong to advise to her to stop blaming herself or her parents and start from a new one?
I don't like to hear what you're saying.
The commitment is lacking. She's just trying, but not committed.
You're also negative.
Maybe being sympathetic with her, it must be really hard.
So negative.
Patience are missing.
At least she realizes that she has a problem. That's the first step.
And she said she can't change it. Does that mean there's no hope? She feels there's no change?
Seeking help is the second step.
She didn't say that she cannot change. She knows it's not the way. Here we go. Now I know how you're dealing with your kids. Thank God. I call it all the mice is coming out of the holes now. Finally. I feel like the exterminator. Okay, here we go. Whom do you think you are? Sarah Imenu. What did I say in the beginning?
We're not
She's
angry.
talking to her friends. Oh.
Did she took one step forward, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, she did.
Yes, she did. She
Yes,
said I
she
was
did.
trying.
And
She
it's so
says
hard.
she's trying to control herself, but sometimes she gets into a situation.
So at least we can hear the positive. Whatever I heard from all of you
Was
was
negative.
Wasn't I positive? I said stop blaming yourself. No?
Naturally, we're trying to learn outside, or we're trying to imitate other people that we like how they're raising their kids. Or we saw it in our parents' house. And along the way we went to learn, and we saw other methods, and we liked it. It was a good influence for us, and we decided we're going to adapt this way. And we wanted to forget the past and to start, to change. But you think it always will work? What do you think?
No, it won't always work. There's ups and downs.
You see, that's the problem with everybody. They go into one class. They heard something good. They like it. They come and go all pumped up. I'm going to try it. Okay? And she didn't once, twice, 3 times. It didn't work. You said, now, when everything is quiet, you can deal with the child. Everything is fine. It's okay. It's working. How about if you have a pressure time? All what you learn now outside is not from your parents' house and is not your character. You learned it from the outside and you like it. Now you have to bring it into your system, which is very difficult. So, what happened, you think? Whatever I brought from the outside, what will come out naturally?
Automatic mode.
Is not pleasant, not at all, but is not terrible. Why? To uproot things that we got in our parents' house, it takes years to take it out. Years. It's a process, it's very difficult, and it takes a long time. That's what it takes. But the recognition that I have to change, we see it as a very positive way. You know you're not in the right highway. You know I have to change, and you're going to learn, and you're trying it at home. We should wipe it out in 1 second and say, you know what? It doesn't work. So you're never going to be successful, no matter what it is. According to you, I had to quit already my job 30 years ago. 30 years ago, I had to quit. Done. Why? Whatever I say, one time, two times, three times. Some people I told you many times in my shul already for 30 years. And I'm trying, and my shul, it's quiet shul. Yes? Yes or no? There is one or two shama by the end, and that's why they're sitting at the end. For 30 years, I'm trying to tell them, I think it's about time that you should stop talking in the middle of that tefillah, even though nobody hears you. Can you stop this? Imagine 30 years I'm saying the same thing over and over and over again. They know, they feel bad, okay? They move to the back. At the end, they move to the side next to the mechitza. They know. But I look at them in a positive eyes. I say, at least they're trying. 30 years, it's a long time. I agree. But at least they moved from the front to the back, then from the back there, and then tell me, Rabbi Haimoff, today we tried. Did you see? We didn't speak today. I told them, I'm very proud of you. Okay, they have. Why should we take it away? Why should we take it away? The parents continue to blame themselves. They look at themselves as failures. I totally disagree with this. Any step that you take, even small step forward, very good. Meaning we are on the right track.
Even if the 2 step backwards sometimes happens?
It will happen always. Sometimes you get into a situation that mamash, you're losing your conscience and the subconscious will come out. Whatever I teach you, okay? Let's make this, okay? If I'll ask you now, what did I teach you 7 months ago? Do you remember?
No, just remember that it's Shalom Bayit.
That's all. It means
I do.
Okay. It means what? That we have to repeat and repeat and repeat and repeat until it will sink into the subconscious. In the conscious we understand. But when we are under pressure, the conscious go to sleep and the subconscious is working. And the subconscious is the parents' house. That's what it is. But at least we started to drill toward the subconscious. Why to take it away? Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Keep trying.
Oh, the Rab, is this why Hashem wants us to pray the same thing over and over?
Over and over. Over and over. Yes. Yes. You know how many years it will take you until you're going to pray b'kavanah? Huh?
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think Hashem knows it? He wants you to fight it, yes. And every time that you conquer another line b'kavanah in front of Hashem, you say, Baruch Hashem. Very good. We on the right track. Don't give up.
But Kvadarab, I'm sorry, but the more you pray, I feel like the less kavanah, because whenever I just started praying, when I just, knew the meaning and all that, it was like, so wow, it's amazing, the words I'm saying. But now it's just like autopilot.
Because we got used to negativity.
No, it's just like you're just not even thinking what you're saying because you need to do something else. I don't know. Any tricks into how to continue the kavanah?
So that's why before you're going to stand. You have to know whom you're standing in front of. And now you have to talk to yourself and say, I have to disconnect from the whole world.
Okay, thank you.
You cannot put food on the and say, okay, in the meantime, until it will boil, I'll pray Amidah.
No, because I wake up and I try to say the morning prayers, and I know the kids are going to get up right now.
If you want to do this, you wake up an hour before, not le'at, you pray, and then you wake them up.
We're not allowed to say the prayers in our bedroom, though, right?
Huh?
We're not allowed to say it in the bedroom, right? As soon as I get out of my bedroom, it's like creak, creak, everyone wakes up.
Okay. So wait until they go out, and then you pray.
Yeah. Okay.
Number 2. Let's see what you're going to say now. Please pay attention. Every problem that we see in our kids, we start to feel it's our fault. We are to blame. Why? Because you hear time after time that the main chinuch is role model. Probably I'm not doing something right, and my kid, that's what we can see it. If this is the case, what can I say to my child? And imagine you don't have a shlom bayit. You don't have. And your husband tell you, see? This daughter exactly like you and your mother. Alechem, the pasuk says, lo yamushu mipicha, mipi zaracha, umipi zera zaracha, me'ata ve'ad olam. Zeu. Now you see what? Now? Yes, Habibi. This is nasty, nasty. I'm talking now when the parents are okay, they have shlom bayit, they know what they have to do, but the child is not up to par. And they feel we're failing, what do we have to do? Why the child acting like that? Maybe we are at fault. Is this the right approach?
No, but we do it. I mean, we feel it's like a reflection. If we don't train them a certain way, teach them, it's reflected upon us.
So, what do we have to do in such a situation?
Communicate. Dig deep.
Pat ourselves on the back for the efforts that we did get right.
What?
Give ourselves credit for what we do right. Look at the positive.
Keep trying, no? Keep talking and trying.
First of all, it's correct that the role model is very important, extremely important. And it influences the child the most. Better than what you're giving him now. You're like this, you're like that. The quiet chinuch is the best one. And so we have to be put an effort to change ourselves as much as possible, as fast as possible, so the kids will have a good role model. And when the kids sees that we trying to change, it will influence them also. They will know that there is something that we have to work on ourselves as well. But sometimes the parents taking upon themselves on their shoulders a blame that not belongs to them. And then doing injustice to themselves.
Can you give an example?
From lack of self-confidence and you're very weak person. Not everything negative that the child is doing is concerning you. It's not because you are not a good role model. Because the child is not you in a small version. He's not. He has his own personality. You want to tell me that you kids are all have the same personality as you are?
No way. All of them are different.
Hashem will never do it. Hashem will never do it. The same way that the fingerprint of each one of us is different, every character is different.
Rabbi, even identical twins are different.
Oh, tell me about it. You can tell me about it.
Rabbi knows.
What are different? He has his own Yetzer Hara. He has his own wishes, his own needs that you don't have. And sometimes he's leaning toward things which are not positive. Okay? Our job is to, to redirect him. To redirect. But if you automatically we're going to take the blame upon yourself, the child will capitalize on this. He will be a user. He says, it's not my fault. Even you said that it's your fault. So the child, you're teaching him at home, blame everybody else but yourself. Meaning, my parents always responsible. By themselves, they said they're responsible. Because of them, I became like this. No. Many times, the kids are not going to be like you. And don't be disappointed. We'll get to it. Many parents are disappointed very much. Don't tell me no. Sometimes we get very disappointed that the kids are not following our footsteps and they're doing other things which we're not accustomed to. But every child is his own personality. He's not the copycatter as you are. Who said that he had to be you? And that's why the mistakes are coming. I was a math teacher. You will be a math teacher also. Right? I want you to be a lawyer. He can be a very good plumber. What he has to do in the courthouse. Not for him. No. My son will be a plumber. Chas v'shalom. That's what he likes. He likes tools. He likes this. His mother, every time she see tools, says, why? Instead of saying, here, I bought you a toolbox. That's what you like? In. He has his own. This is his personality. Don't you have a child at home that like to fix everything? Huh?
I wish.
Okay.
We have kids that likes to break everything.
Okay.
I
It's
have
also
kids
talent.
cooking.
What?
Breaking also is talent, Rabbi.
Yeah.
Rabbi, you didn't encourage your kids to become something or like to learn this and that? You never told them?
I sent them to yeshivot. I sent them here. I said, Habibi, you on. Right?
Decide by yourself?
Yeah. What, can I force him?
Mm-hmm.
As long as a mensch that we can talk to and everything else, it's fine. It's okay. They cannot be me. And I'm not expecting them to be me.
If forcing worked, Hashem would force us. Doesn't work.
Rabbi, I have a family that from family that I'm in touch with. So their son wants to be a little more religious than them. So the mother is a little bit like upset, like a little bit, but I mean, it's good, but she's just upset. Like we're not like religious enough for him, So I'm always like calming her down. Like it's okay. Listen, this is what he wants. And it's not that you're not enough. It's just, this is what he wants. So it's okay. No, I just think it's so funny.
A spiritual child. Nice. Let's see what you're going to say on number 3. That's a good one also. The situation with my child will be much better if I will not have such a husband or such a wife. The teacher, the neighbors, my relatives, his friends, and all the list that we know. If this that I mentioned will not be mixing into our life, not spoiling him, instigates my child. My child was ideal. It was very good. Can you accept it?
She's blaming everybody else.
No,
She's
it sounds
blaming.
like that her child is being molded with these outside sources than them building him up.
But she's busy blaming everyone else.
What's missing over here?
Everything's from Hashem.
Responsibility?
Who said?
Whatever Hashem wants, it's the toolbox that this child needed. And everything that is around him will mold him into what he needs to be in the future, if used correctly.
Very good. Very good.
But Rabbi, how can you at the time feel that that is right for the child when you see bad influences influencing him wrong?
We'll see. We have to remind ourselves a rule, a basic one, in Emunah and trusting Hashem. There is no coincidence in this world. We all know how to say it. If a crisis happened, this happened, okay, Hashem did it. There is no coincidence. But when it comes to us, to our kids, we're saying, if my children will be much more quieter and this, like she have, I think I will not have any problems. Meaning she's saying Hashem made a mistake. It's not fair. He gave her such a good kids and he gave me kids that, why me? What did I do? So all this what if and what if and what if. Meaning we have to understand everything is from Shamayim. We got these kids with the character, and I said it many times, and I'll keep saying it until it will register. Hashem did not make any mistake, and Hashem don't give you a test that you're not able to stand by it. Every child that you have, you see, I see parents that they're having kids, I don't know how they take it. And you see they're conducting everyday's life. They can smile at you, this and you. Where do they have this koach? Mm-hmm. Somebody else will lose his mind. Somebody else will lose his mind, will lose. Sometimes it's not once, it's even 2 kids. Meaning Hashem gives you these kids and he gives you koach to pick it up. Other people will break to pieces, will collapse. Not for them. Every child that we have, we are the only one in this world, in the world, I'm saying, that's going to be able to raise him. Not even me. I will not be able to.
Emet, Rabbi.
It's a rule by every book. So why are we blaming ourselves? Why are we blaming this one, this one? Hashem gave you such a child that you know what to do. You just seek for some advices, but you're able to do it. Don't break asana. Don't break up because you have koach.
I'm sorry, can I ask a question about that? Because my question is this, because sometimes we do certain mistakes in the past and you kind of see it in our kids.
Okay.
Is there any way that we could fix it retroactively?
Are you an angel?
But, no, but is there, because I know, like, for instance, like when of course not. But for instance, like when I was pregnant with my daughter, there was a lot of like stress and anxiety and all that stuff. And you actually see it in her. She's always stressed and always this. So you see it. So you know it is somewhat your fault, you know? Is there any way we could... No? Is there any way to change it retroactively? Because the sages also say, right? Because if we... I don't know.
Calm down. Slowly. Laat. Everybody makes mistakes. I don't know even one person that didn't do mistake.
Many people.
Whoever said that he is perfect is not belong here anymore.
Mm-hmm. But there's no way to fix it somehow?
We always can fix everything.
Oh.
You just have to be, patient.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have to Rabbi, right?
Don't blame the school. Don't blame your husband. Don't blame his parents.
Mute yourself.
That one, this one. Don't blame. Hashem gave you a test. Now, if you leave this child, let him deal with that. So the child will have self-confidence. My parents trusting me. And he becoming immune. He will be able to deal. Imagine you have a teacher in the classroom that the child don't like. As a parent, what are you going to do?
Talk to the principal. Leave him with this teacher.
Man,
Praise the teacher. Tell him that the teacher is doing her best or his best.
You would switch the class if the child. You would switch the class if the teacher didn't like the child.
To the principal and ask the principal.
No point. There's no.
Change this, change that.
But that's the teacher he needs.
What are you doing?
Why make him suffer? It's not his fault. It's her problem.
I know. But are you doing something good for the child or not?
Yes or no?
The child has to learn to deal with it.
Can I relate a personal example exactly with this? My child had in the past some teachers that were a little bit, I want to say, tough in personality. And when he was younger, he took it very negatively, especially because we reacted to it a little negatively, and it caused a lot of anxiety for him. And then as time went on, as he got older, he also, yet again, has now a teacher with a little bit of a tougher personality. However, he takes it completely differently. We also totally react to it differently, very calmly, and let him deal with it himself. And we realized it really built his confidence, his self-esteem. He doesn't have anxiety now. He doesn't see the teacher in a negative light, although she is pretty tough, he doesn't see her that way. He praises her and he actually really likes her, despite the fact that, we had some reservations, but we decided that we're going to let him deal with it himself. And it's exactly a classic example of what you were just saying.
Okay. Now, let's say we blame the whole world. The principal, the teacher, my in-laws, my neighbors, everybody else. Did it help you?
You can't run away.
No.
Did it help?
No.
So why we keep going to this highway?
I guess then we don't have to blame ourselves for it or take responsibility. Makes it easier.
Why it's your fault now?
No, I'm saying why people blame others is because they don't have to look at themselves. They don't have to take responsibility. I think that's what.
I don't want you interpreted my child is suffering. I don't want him to suffer.
I thought Rav said the teacher doesn't like him.
So one day he will grow up. He'll go outside to the world. You'll see all kinds of crazy people. Some tough, some mean, and this. He will never know what to do with them.
I thought Rav meant that the teacher doesn't like the child.
No. She is a teacher demanding.
Oh, that's different than her not liking him. If a teacher doesn't like a child, then...
No feelings. I told you something has to be done, and that's it. No rachmanut.
Can I ask a question? Yes.
I think that we have to leave the questions to the end, because I'm keeping, off track.
Rabbi.
Leave the questions to the end.
Rabbi.
Hopefully, by the end, you're not going to have any questions.
Rabbi.
Yes.
So if a child comes to you, like you say, he has problems in school, problem with the teacher, oh, she always speaks something like this, don't do anything about it? Let it be, so let him work with it? Every day he comes to you, he cries, he says, what?
You sympathize with him.
But what, sympathize, okay, but then he wants to do something about it, no?
Do you know?
She's doing the best for him.
Meaning, do you want to fix his problems?
Fix his problems? Well, of course you want to fix it.
So you're teaching your child every time I have a problem, Abba, tomorrow he will have a problem with his wife. Whom is he going to call?
So we're not, I understand what you're saying, but it's like, you don't want to fix it, but you want to help him to resolve the issue.
If you want to help him,
I think you should tell him to express himself to the
you don't know what's going on in the classroom, who started, who instigated, maybe selling you hotcakes.
Yes, exactly.
You don't know. You don't know.
So what's the approach?
The right approach is to simply say, I know I went through the same thing. I feel bad, but that's at school. You have to learn how. I feel very bad. I feel very
even
bad.
If somebody is bullying, something like that, the same thing, the same way.
Then, without the child knowing, you call the principal Gara and you ask him, maybe you can find out what's going on there.
By him not finding out that you're doing something for him.
Nothing.
So he could take care of the problem himself, not somebody else.
Yeah. And then I'll take care of it. Ooh.
Sorry, thank you.
You see, all the terutzim, all the excuses will not help us. It will harm us, actually. What we have to do, we have to hear what's going on, and we have to take things into our hands and to help the child to overcome these problems. Don't look for anything to blame. Now, many times we're blaming other people while they met the child. He needs also to change a little bit. But it's easier, my child, Tzaddik. That's the Rasha. He's the Rasha Shama. That's the easiest way. We grew up in a different atmosphere. Totally different. My parents, whatever the Rabbi said, בכלל, you have nothing to say. He is the Rabbi, you the student.
So do you think this is the right way? Because this is how I was grew up, and I also did the same thing to my kids.
You see, we accepted it. We got this bang from the teachers. Not today, you cannot do it. Ephraim is here. Ephraim.
Yes, Rabbi, I'm here.
Ephraim,
Yes.
how many times you got patches?
Rabbi, I don't want to expose that on national shiur because it could be a lawsuit against the yeshiva.
Rabbi, I'm a witness. I was there to see it all.
National television, Ephraim. I can't.
You see, Rabbi, you see already people talking. They go, we don't know what type of people are on the shiur, Rabbi. They can take it the wrong way.
Okay.
They're not going to take it as a chinuch, Rabbi, chinuch.
It was accepted then, even though I didn't like it. I didn't like it.
You see, you made him even believe it was good.
I didn't like it. But
it was
that's
good.
what the principal told me that's what they need. That's the language they understand. They came from a place that knows this.
No, Rabbi, I only got it until I told Rabbi Newsroom that I was bar mitzvah. Thereafter, he stopped. He thought I was younger. That's why he did it.
Rabbi, that's why it didn't help. He stopped too early.
Ephraim, you can tell this group
Rabbi,
anything.
the patches on Ari would have helped better.
You see what they taught us in a nice way. Your excuses about your Rabbi, about your school, we're not going to accept it. We're not going to accept it. Manage with what you have. And what happened now? What happened? Why so many divorces outside that we can save 95% of them? Why they? Because they blame everybody else, but themselves.
That's an easy way out, Rabbi.
Easy way out. And the parents saying, yes, you're right. They put more into it. So,
the rabbis have to start hitting them.
It's not going to help. It's a method that's only to blame other people. And the child is a loser. He's a loser. He's not even a man. He thinks a man is to drink, play cards, Rolex. Hey, bro, are you there? A cool guy is a man. Is a man. Oy vavoy, it is a man. Don't run away from the scene. A captain don't run away from a war zone if he is a man. So that's what they're doing to the kids. Don't be a man. Don't be a man. You always blame other people. Don't be a captain. Imagine this child going to get married now. It was the fault of the school, the principal, my uncle, my babushka, my bobo, my this, my that. Everybody is at fault. You the tzaddik. If your wife will sneeze on the wrong way, that's it.
See, Rabbi, in Russia, that's where you were raised. We were raised, everything like the parents never defended us. They always defended the teacher or somebody else. They never defended us. In Russia, they never defended us. That's why I think we were more stronger than our kids. They will take this, start crying, this, that. But they're very sensitive these days, very sensitive, these kids.
Because they know that they're going to say, right away, Ima, about you. He's crying. Okay. I came home with a broken finger. My Rabbi broke my finger, Ibi. I came home like from the war. My father said to me, what is this? I don't know, my Rabbi broke my finger. He said, why? Because you were such a tzaddik. That's what he did. Probably you interrupted the class. Yeah, I said, yes. He said, very good. Very good, you deserve it. And then he gave me a smack. He said, this is from Abba. You should not bother the classroom. You
Rabbi.
don't want to learn, it's your problem. But why you bothering other kids? That's what we learn.
How did Ima deal with it, Rabbi?
How does that make it okay?
Ma?
How does that make it okay to hit a child?
You see, I think that I'm normal.
You're very normal, but I'm just saying if this
And the
were
kids
to
of
happen-
today, I'm sorry, they're not that normal.
the kids today are not that normal because they're not being abused by their teachers?
No, this is not, you see, we didn't call it abuse. Today, actually, the kids are abusing the teachers. This is acceptable now. They can do whatever they want, and the teacher have to eat it.
Rabbi, I had a chair thrown at me, a table, a desk by a first grader.
A first grader,
Yeah.
very nice.
What about the slippers, guys? What about the slippers?
In yeshiva or in public school?
No, public school.
Oh.
Wow, Dan, what did you do? It's insane.
I had to stay a year and then I left. I switched.
In yeshiva, they don't throw, no, but they can say to the Rabbi nasty stuff in Russian yet. This is not abuse. This is verbally abuse. Why is accepted? Because it's your child? So there is no respect to the Rebbe Bichlal. That's what happened in New York when they want to take out the police. What do you think will happen over here? You will not be able to walk on the street. That's what's going to happen. Not enough, we're having a problem with this. The whole situation is not normal. And with the not normal atmosphere, somehow we have to get into a normal mode and try to do what we can do.
Can I ask a question? In the end?
The last one for tonight, okay? Because
thank you.
Okay. Because I'm in the middle, so I'll continue tomorrow. Yes. What's the question?
You know how you said that children you need to let them fix their own problems. Does this apply with like siblings, let's say? Like if they come, like I know it's a little bit of a different topic but should you be hands off when like an older sibling is, let's say, like bothering or instigating with a younger one, for example, or is that like totally different?
She means like, do you sympathize for the child or you defend them?
Then you have to talk to the kids, meaning you always have to talk to them.
So if let's say a child got hurt, right? The oldest hit the youngest, and do you sympathize or do you address to the older child? Like you would do in school when a child is being bullied, would you try to sympathize or you try to?
First of all, you have to sympathize and then to sit with the kids and say, okay, Mommy wants to talk to you.
Thank you.
And now this needs time, needs patience, which we don't have.
What?
I have the same situation. What if the child bullying the older daughter, bullying the younger daughter? And no matter I sat with them, I talked to them, my husband also spoke with them, and it's still not helping.
Okay. Depends how you talk to them.
And very calm, very, very calm. I explained that you are different, she is different, and that we need to live out there, and that we need to understand each other, and we need to comment nicely, not bullying, but it's still not helping.
Okay, so then according to the situation, you have to tell the child, if you're going to continue on this way, so you're forcing me to take action which I don't want to take. So please try to control yourself. And now we have to find out why this child likes to bully.
What if they pick me up from school, Rabbi Haimoff? What do you do then?
What?
I said, what if they're picking up from school? Because a lot of that happens in school, and then the kids bring it home. How do you deal with that?
Back to school?
No, not from school.
Listen, if a child has a tendency to be a bully, he'll get it from everywhere. He has a problem inside. He likes to bully. We have to find out as a parent what is the root of the problem. Why
Maybe he's seeking attention this way, some kind of attention.
I don't know what. We have to get down to the bottom of the problem. Stop treating the symptoms. There's a problem underneath.
How do we get to the bottom of the problem?
Now you need to seek for help.
Where do I get that help?
Maybe the child, and most probably, is very, very emotionally, he needs help. And this is the signal that he's sending to everybody. I'm in trouble emotionally. Sometimes you bully yourself, when you're upset, what are you doing? Either you're overeating, so you're bullying your stomach, right? Or you're bullying your kids because you're upset.
Rabbi, sometimes a child who bullies his siblings at home is bullied by somebody in school. And so because of that no control in school, they take it home. I've seen it happen.
That's what I was trying to say. That's exactly what was my question.
My child was bullied in school on the bus. I'm an example here. And at the end, she was to blame that she was bullying everybody instead. And the bullies got away with it. So here we go again. Who's to blame? How do we fix the problem? We've spoken to her. We've explained to her. We said not to get involved. We've done everything that's possible. But at the end of the day, those bullies made sure that she was to blame for everything.
And you want to tell me that the principal and the vice principal, they're all bunch of idiots?
Rabbi Haimoff, this is Bello. You know the situation.
I know the situation.
Yeah. We've spoken to the principal about it, and he said he would do something about it. Nothing was ever done. Instead, what happened, that happened, and that was the end of it.
Yeah.
But it went on for 2 years, Rabbi, for 2 years. And the principal's head was down on his desk, and he kept on apologizing. That's what he was doing every time we spoke to him in person. He didn't do anything about it.
Okay.
Kawadarav, didn't you once upon a time say that it's better to take your child to school? You have that personal attention with them, and the bus is not the best route for them.
But then you have the classrooms too. You have the
Right,
girls.
but most bullying is done on the bus. You know, there's teachers and guidance in this
If
classroom.
you think that the school is a shelter שכולם צדיקים וחסידים,
No, not at all.
ותמימים וישרים, don't forget. I think you're living in a la la land.
Not at all. It's our responsibility to take care of it at home.
You know, kids, they can be very mean to each other. That's what you're expecting. You see, we have to give the confidence to the child to deal with the problem on his own.
But sometimes they can do very, very bad things with their so-called confidence.
So maybe you're going to tie them to the chair.
No, I'm not saying you're wrong. You're 100% right. I'm just saying there are such kids that out of their anger and their emotions, they can hurt the other child, or, in the case of the bullying, like, for example, whatever the parent was just talking about it. If the principal didn't do anything about it, if she knew who the child was or who that bully was, my question to you, Rabbi, is it okay to come up to a parent, whoever that child is that's bullying, and talk to the parent and explain the situation if the principal of the school is not doing anything about it?
The parents will jump all over you.
I'm sorry?
The parents will jump all over you. My child?
No, I'm not saying to scream, or because I had the situation where
I know, they jump on you.
If you just be tactful in a nice way and say, hey, listen, I'm sure you're doing a great job, like to praise the parent before and then tell the problem, I'm sure they're not stupid. I mean, I don't know.
What can they do? If they have a child that is bullied, right, is coming from their home, what can they do?
I don't know, some consequences maybe, I don't know.
Time to the chair.
I don't know. No, not time to the chair, but there should be, like you said yourself, nobody knows your child better than you know your child. I don't know, like, дай по башке ему, я знаю. I don't know.
If they'll punish him because of your child, and come to school, and it's going to be even worse. You want to treat the symptoms. We're not used to this. We want to treat the problems, not the symptoms. The child that is bullied, he has a deep emotional problem. That somebody has to get into the bottom of it before it's going to be too late, and to see what hurts this child.
But I have a question. Isn't it that Hashem is putting us in this situation that because we need to learn something and change something in ourselves?
Yes.
Because nothing else hurts us more than our kids being hurt.
Okay.
Rabbi, you went on overtime.
Yeah, I know. Okay, Rabotai.
Thank you, Kawadarav.
Thank you.
Thank you, Rabbi.
Tomorrow we have a long day, as usual.
Monday.
Thank you, Arav. Good night, everybody.
Wait, what?
7 o'clock for men.
Mm-hmm.
Ari.
Yes, Rabbi, 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
Yes, not like today.
9 o'clock.
Not like today.
Ari, 7 o'clock.
Then
yes.
9 o'clock. Then at 9 o'clock.
Okay.
Then at 1 o'clock. And I'll see you at 9 o'clock as well.
Thank you so
Rabbi.
much for the.
Thank
Good
you,
night,
Rav.
everybody. It was nice talking
Thank
to
you,
you.
Rabbi.
Good night. Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
Thank you.
You're Rabbi.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.